How did you do that? No, 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 no. This is not going to work. I will do this live on air, mofo. See, this is your movie, and I'm a Christmas movie. Your little month that you wanted to do, and I'm here, and I said I wasn't going to do another Christmas movie. You better.
All right, so we got Mike Knox, the tribal chief of staff.
What's going on here?
We got Vic, no name.
What's popping?
And we got the executive consultant. Here we
Wow,
are.
all of that, and then you came to me, and it was so freaking lame, right? I'm embarrassed, insulted at the same time. But you know what? I'm not embarrassed for is I get to see all of you gorgeous people here on Christmas Eve, and it's nice to see you all. Whatever holiday you celebrate. I'm executive consultant up top and C the superior. Over to her right is the tribal chief of staff, and right below is Vic. And we are talking about C's pick for this holiday season month of Rise of the Guardians, animated movie from 2012. And you know what? I'm not going to be able to hide it. The fact that this was a little tough to do simply because of the fact that these two, especially the one over to my right, thought that we were talking about the Christmas episode special of the Guardians of the Galaxy and not this animated movie from 2012. Yes, I said both of you, but Vic especially. If I had to make sure I clarify, because I knew he would have been like, "Oh, hold on, I thought we were Ivan Gruden." So that's what we're here to review. And now, C, go ahead and finish up your introduction. She acts all shy, but when she can see the Superior's channel,
get that out of here. So yeah, I did pick this movie. Never seen it before. I just saw like some images for it because apparently everyone was in love with Jack like back in the day. And I'll be representing Jack Frost in the upcoming UPR battles. So I said, let me kill two birds with one stone and watch this movie for a little research and also pick it for my holiday pick. Now, again, like I said, never seen it before. But I would like to hear what everyone else thinks as far as, you know, the whole shebang before I give my thoughts on it. So please feel free.
Well, I have no problem with talking, as you guys always know. And we're doing here on Unpopular Review Entertainment our Christmas picks. And, you know, some have been great Christmas movies. Some have been good Christmas movies around Christmas time. And we got to do this one. I also at first thought we were talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. And I had went and watched that. And by the way, if you haven't watched, I think go watch it. I absolutely adored that 45 minutes of a show I didn't think I would like. But I had to watch the Rise of the Guardians. And as I'm watching, I'm like, wow, this is very familiar. Like I watched this before. And I'm like, oh, I did when my kids were a lot younger than they are now. But I got a chance to rewatch it yesterday. And I can say it works in a lot of ways. I know a lot of people are not happy with the animation of this movie. I think that might have been some of the downfall in the movie, but not even the animation of the downfall. I think where this movie has a lot of pluses for it, I think it might scare some kids on the other side. You know what I mean? You look at North, like my Santa Claus has two swords, like he's Leonardo, and he's all tatted up. You know what I'm saying? I love that part. But as you said, Jack, played by what's the guy who plays Captain Kirk now? Chris Evans. No, Chris Pine.
Chris Pine, yeah.
Chris Pine plays Jack. You got Bunny Munn, which is the Easter Bunny, with Hugh Jackman. This movie to me just has everything. The Tooth Fairy is pretty much talking about how the Guardians are like, you know, these what we've always known: Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, the Sandman, all these things, and it comes together where, you know, how do you want to scare somebody, the boogeyman, you know, and you go ahead and you do that, those kind of things, and it's just a wild, zany adventure to save happiness, if you will, so to speak. And I thought it did a lot of good things on there. And from there, I'll stop and I digress for later in the show and give my, you know, whether I like it or not, final thoughts. But I thought this movie did work in a lot of ways. Just might have been a little scary for kids. Watching Santa Claus with some swords, you know, to a 6-year-old might be a little aggressive. But I think this is one of those movies where I say, you know, your audience. This movie was made for your 12, 13, 14, you know, that kind of genre kid and adult on. I don't think it was made for the little bitty kids. But other than that, I thought the movie was pretty good. Tooth Fairy or just Tooth? Your thoughts?
Dun, 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 dun.
Is he frozen again?
All right,
He's
well,
frozen again. Yeah. Executive consulting, your thoughts, I guess?
Yeah, sure. This was an anime movie. I don't watch anime movie. This is a Christmas movie. I do not watch Christmas movies. And I know that we're UPRE are on this month, and we're doing Christmas movies. And I feel like I was handcuffed and forced to watch this. Vic, how do you feel? Exactly. You don't disagree. I'm watching this, and I'm thinking, wow, Jude Law did a great job. I think he's this generation's Christopher Walken. I mean, every movie he plays, he has to play a villain because he plays a damn good villain. Vic, I'm sorry, you don't like my opinion. Can we three-man that, Mike? Can we do that?
Yeah, gotcha.
Thank you. I just so well, for all you fans out there of us, we've been talking about Police Academy, right? And every single Police Academy I've done so far, I've just criticized Vic. I just let him have it because why are you making me watch this movie, bro? Why are you making me watch Police Academy?
Because it's his pick.
Right. It's not fair that he has to do that to me. So then I look at C, right? And I said, C, I don't want to do any more Christmas movies. She's like, she does this shit over the time. Hey, you're on a UPR, you need to be on it. And I'm like, I can't be on it. So then I asked everybody, nobody want to be on it. Now all of a sudden, 2 more mofos are here, and I shouldn't even have to be here. But I already watched the movie, right? Mm-hmm. I already watched the movie. So I said I have to be here, and somebody has to pay for me to watch this movie. I don't have a problem with the animation. I thought the animation was fine. I don't understand what E's talking about. Oh, did I name drop? Yeah. I don't understand what E's talking about. I didn't see anything wrong with the animation in this movie. I thought the animation was very good. This woman likes The Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't like that animation, personally.
Good point.
I will agree. But do you have a problem with this? Why? Because the boogeyman has little spikes in the hair? Hey! Kill 'Em with Nose Ring 2 is 2022. Well, this was 2012, but that's when the transition was happening, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't have a problem with the animation in this movie. I did not have a problem with some of the characters in the movie. Did I have a problem with this movie? Yes. Would I talk about it? I will in my final thoughts. I'm going to turn it back over to Vic. I think Vic's fine now, and he can come in. Vic, if you are fine back there, if you can give us a thumbs up. Okay, Vic's not.
He's frozen.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and give my thoughts.
Go ahead, see.
So, like Mike was saying, the cast was star-studded. I was actually very surprised. Even Pitch, who was Pitch Black, the boogeyman, that was Jude Law. And I thought when I heard the voice originally on TikTok. There's a whole TikTok sound going on with that voice, and I had no idea it was Jude Law. So yeah, he has some range, like a lot of range. It was Dumbledore and this guy and this guy and that guy. But as far as the other voices go, Hugh Jackman voice fit him. Alec Baldwin, he played North Santa Claus. Great pick. Jack. When I heard Chris's Pine's voice come out of Jack's face, it just didn't add up to me. It didn't sound good. It didn't match. I guess they picked him for the overall, he emotes really well with his voice, but I feel like he has a more mature voice, and it didn't fit the visual of this Jack, in my opinion. But yeah. Action packed. It's almost like the Avengers of the holiday season. Everyone gets together. They're chosen by the moon to be these, guardians of the galaxy.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. And yeah, it was just a nice twist on a holiday movie. It wasn't what I expected. It's like an adventure Christmas movie, and you don't really get too many of those. You might get, your average everyday Christmas one, family Christmas, Hallmark Christmas, but not too many adventure Christmases. And I thought that was nice. And unlike Tuesday, this is an actual Christmas movie.
That's right, folks. Trading Places is not a Christmas movie.
No, it's not.
Neither is Die Hard. And even this new one, Iron Man 3 is not a Christmas movie either.
I was told to thank you because of the sneak disses that somebody talking about it's not a Christmas movie. And then, of course, C has to hop on that, right? And I agree with you.
Hey, see?
Vic, are you back with us, buddy?
All right.
What do you got?
Well, all right, cool. Well, this movie, was quite interesting. Well, can you hear me well?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this movie was quite interesting because it was definitely a different take on some of these holidays. I never expected the Easter Bunny to be so badass. Didn't expect Santa Claus definitely to be so badass, which was an interesting take. It's like this movie was made for the late millennials, Gen Z, and pretty much just tried to have a different take on it. What I found interesting is that it was kind of cool because you don't really have that level of belief system in Santa Claus and all of these other things like used to happen. You don't necessarily have kids sitting up with cookies and waiting and milk and waiting for Santa Claus to come, or parents even just, you know, putting that whole vibe out there. Like that's not necessarily a thing. So for them to just really just take this whole thing and put it into left field was quite interesting. And Jack Frost is somebody that I never even heard of. But
Really?
at the same time, like if there was somebody running around outside and throw snowballs and do all of that stuff when the winter was real out here, oh man, I would have loved it. But yeah, it's a cute movie. It's interesting. It's a nice cartoon. You know.
You don't
But
remember
you know
Jack
what?
Frost? I'm sorry.
Huh?
Oh, I was about to say, I almost completely forgot about the Sandman until watching this
facts.
movie. Like,
Yeah.
I remember
You would have
Look at
walked.
that.
You would have walked right through him.
But that's baby boomers though that use the Sandman talk. You know what I mean? Like, see,
Yeah.
that's the way. The Sandman, bring me a dream. Right. That's the whole thing. But
That's
Jack Frost
that's
is.
the song to Halloween.
But Jack Frost has always been in Rudolph. If you go back to that era with the claymation back then starting, they had Jack Frost was a big part of that as well. So he's kind of always been there. But I guess, you know, being the elder statesman, those people are just not brought out anymore. And I thought even for this movie being back 10 years ago from today, those are still things that a lot of people in the world still look at these guardians, may they rise or not, of the galaxy do so. See, I try to do it. I just wasn't good.
You know who was boring in this movie? Captain Kirk. Like, I don't understand his point of being in this movie. He was like, and you want to pick him in UPR battles. Shout out to UPR battles. But you want to pick him in UPR battles, and he was so boring. Like,
he's literally the main character. You talking about Jack Frost?
yeah, Captain Kirk.
Jack Frost, yes.
He was over there trying to be an Avenger. And my problem with that, huh?
The whole team were Avengers.
Yeah, that's what they were called, the Avengers.
They felt more like Ninja Turtles fighting Shredder.
That's just disrespectful. I agree.
It was for them, and then there was the one guy, and then it really felt like, you know, the Ninja Turtles versus Shredder. I don't know. That's just the
But
reference.
even with the Tooth Fairy, and that was the most original iteration of the Tooth Fairy I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen a hummingbird-esque Tooth Fairy before.
Speaking of Guardians, Vic, I've never seen so much of your background. You went from a high rise there. I see a printer. I see what's that paper over there. You got books. You know, I almost think you're laying down. What is going on, man?
It's a lot of
he's in Diagon Alley.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of office equipment. A lot of, you know.
Yeah, I see that.
Rise of the Guardians kind of remind me of where League of the Extraordinary Gentlemen were trying to go, but in the animation kind of
underrated movie,
just trying to introduce something different and put a different spin on things. And I think a lot of people just wasn't ready for it 10 years ago. I really think this movie today would be very, very popular, and in a sense, because it's just different. But again, looking back 10 years ago, again, I think that the knock is that Santa Claus image North just really stands out. You know, like
it really bothered you.
No, well, not me necessarily, but okay, maybe. But I just think kids. You know, I like watching things through the lenses of babies sometimes especially when it comes to shows like this. And I don't remember my kids had no interest in it. You know what I mean? And they hadn't had no interest in it 10 years ago. They didn't have interest in it today or yesterday when I rewatched it. So, but I just think certain things just turn them off. But also, my kids won't watch the first Superman either. So what do they know? They don't know.
Shame
about TV.
on them. Shame on them. And we still have 3 more movies. I'm sorry, we still have 3 more movies to go this month. Not all are Disney though. See what you got to say.
Oh, I was just thinking about the animation. I thought it was great. I
thought it was creepy.
I agree with Steve. I don't like animation, but animated movies, but I thought it was actually pretty good animation. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 3 movies we're going to talk about coming up before the end of the year, 2022. Speaking of which, tune in immediately after this. We're going to have the UPR End of the Year Award. Some people want to call it UPREs. It is a collaboration of UPRW Wrestling and UPRE Entertainment. Looking forward to that extravaganza. Almost all your hosts will be on that one, but find out we're reviewing the next couple weeks. Thank you with us. You're watching Unpopular Review.
As old as time, true as it can be.
Just a little change.
Just a little change.
Small to say the least. Both a little scared. Neither one prepared. Beauty and the Beast.
No, when it's just us decorating, it kind of feels like child labor.
Honey, it's not labor if we don't pay you.
It's the most wonderful time.
Slowly, I could feel the Christmas ember beginning to glow again.
My first save, there was this little sick kid. My first save.
What?
My first save, there was this little sick kid.
What?
Mike, is that you?
No, it's not, sir.
Let me try
My
that.
first save, there was this little sick kid. What did they call him?
It was Tiny Tim.
No. Sweet kid, one crutch.
Nope.
Little Larry.
No, Tiny Tim.
Micro Mike. Super small Steve.
Holy.
One day, I'm actually going to have a reel of all our bloopers, and that's going to be it. Because I thought maybe something's wrong with the edit or something. I just started hearing about a sick kid. I'm like, that's depressing for holiday season. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to UPRE reviewing Rise of the Guardians. I'm the exec consultant over there is Vic, Tribal Chief of Staff, Steve Superior, and we are getting into our final thoughts, thumbs up and thumbs down. My favorite party episode. I can thumbs down some stuff, and Vic can thumbs up some stuff. But we're going to start off with none other than the Tribal Chief of Staff himself, Mr. Mike Knox. Go ahead, tell us your final thoughts. Well, as thumbs up, thumbs. Oh, what a shock!
Easy, yeah. Thumbs up. It's a Christmas movie, it's a Christmas genre we're doing, so it's not hard. Whether I like the movie or not, this movie worked. Actually, I did like the movie. I like Jack Frost in this movie. To be honest with you, I thought I looked at him more like an ice bender. I thought he did his thing. I liked his bravery. I liked his wanting to know his family, history, where he came from, and his memories. I thought the story was very, very good, and I was shocked that I actually liked it. Was it the most colorful movie and best animation movie for me? No, it wasn't, but I see where they were trying to go with it, and so for me, thumbs up.
All right, thumbs up. Vic, as it'll be any surprise, thumbs up or thumbs down for this movie?
Well, it was fun. It was interesting. It was different. I was entertained. I was brought into the story, and the boogeyman was a pretty good heel, actually. Like I really like him as a bad guy. Yeah,
I know what it is. I know you guys for a couple years now.
Vic is bringing the wrestling talk. The Boogeyman was a pretty good heel. Thumbs up from Vic. Thumbs up from Tribal Chief of Staff. C, do you want me to go next, or do you want to go?
You can go.
All right. Let me tell you something. This anime movie, therefore I do not like it. This movie had Captain Kirk in it, therefore I do not like it. This movie was a Christmas movie that y'all say is a Christmas movie, but it's not a Christmas movie. It's actually an Easter movie, you ask me. It focused too much on Easter, and nobody cares about the Sandman, and nobody cares about the tooth fairy little cheap person doesn't believe in inflation, still giving people quarters in this time. So I have a problem with that. Plus, more importantly, this movie was very, very cute, and Chris does not do cute. That being said, he was entertained, so he's going to give it a thumbs up. See,
I knew it. I knew it. Because it was entertaining. And you always say you judge movies about if you were entertained or not, and there's no way you cannot be entertained by this movie, which is why I, too, am going to give it a thumbs up. That's 4 thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen, for my movie. And, join us momentarily for the UPREs, or UPREs, like the Grammys. But also, we'll be doing a couple other movies.
That's how you pronounce it. See, there's a difference.
The
UPREs.
The UPREs!
Yes.
That's a lot. See, I don't know. We got to talk about that. I'm sorry. You were taking this home. You were closing it out. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Oh, and of course, Beauty and the Beast live action. I don't know if you guys are joining. If so, you're welcome to. But yeah, see you guys in a few. Like the video. Subscribe. Talk to you soon.
Fingers.
Bye.